Okay, so in this video, we're just going to look at the subtraction of mixed number fractions again with the need to make equivalent fractions. Here I have 3 2/5, take away 1 3/4. And we know first of all, I need to make sure my fractions are in the same denominator, that they make equivalent fractions. So I'm looking for my lowest common multiple of 5 and 4. So I need to know my 5 times tables and my 4 times tables. 5, and we can look at that and go, well, most of you might go, the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4 is 20 because you know that, but some of you might need to list out all the multiples of 5 and all the multiples of 4. Notice I'm going up in 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, until you arrive at that same number. And we can see very clearly here that 20 is the lowest common multiple of 5 and 4. So I need to turn these fractions into 20ths. And to do that, I'm looking at what multiplication has needed to happen to turn my 3/4 into something over 20. And I can go, well, 4 times 5 makes 20. And whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. And 3 times 5 is 15. So 3/4 is the same as 15 20ths. Now boys, remember, if you didn't quite get that, rewind, go back at the start and watch that again. Now, turning my 2/5 into something over 20 or 20ths. 2/5, well, my 5 times 4 gives 20. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top, and 2 times 4 is 8. Now, here I've turned 2/5 into 8 20ths. So I no longer need my 2/5, I've turned it into 8 20ths. And my 3/4 is now 15 20ths. So 8 20ths subtract 15 20ths. Can I take 15 20ths away from 8 20ths? In other words, can I take 15 away from 8? No, so I need to rename. I need to take one of my wholes and turn them into 20ths in my top fraction. If I take one whole from here and turn my whole into 20ths, I'm going to have 20 20ths with that whole. I need to add that to what I've already got, 8 20ths. So my new fraction will be 20 20ths, and 8 20ths is 28 20ths to subtract. So 28 20ths subtract 15 20ths, and I can do that in my head, or I might do a sum over here. I'm taking 15 from 28. It's okay to do some working somewhere else while you're working it out, boys, but you should be able to see in your head that that is 13 20ths. Okay, 28 20ths, take away 15 20ths is 13 20ths. I should have had this crossed out as well because this is my new fraction. 28 20ths take 15 20ths is 13 20ths. And 2 wholes take 1 whole is 1 whole. I'll make sure that's in the same color as my other answer. 1 whole. And my answer is 1 13 20ths. I'll highlight that so you can see that. 1 13 20ths is my answer. Alright, if you'd like to have a go at this one now, Stop the video here and see if you can do this one now. Alright, so to solve this question, again, we need to see that we've got sevenths and halves. They're not in the same parts. We need to turn them into fractions with the same parts. So we're looking for the lowest common multiple of 7 and 2. And you might go, well, I know that's 14, because 7 goes into 14 twice and 2 goes into 14 7 times. So I know I'm turning these fractions into something over 14. And to do that, whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 2 times 7 gives me 14, so 1 times 7 is 7, so 1/2 is the same as 7/14. And 7 times 2 gives me 14, and 3 times 2, whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 3 times 2 is 6. Okay. Now I can see that I can't take 7/14 away from 6/14. So I need to rename. So I'm taking my, my fall back there. I'm going to use blue, sorry. So I can't take 7/14 away from 6/14. So I'm going to rename my 4 holes as 3 holes. And I'm going to take one of those holes and it's going to become 14/14. Okay? So my new fraction that I'm subtracting is 14/14 plus 6/14, which is 20/14. And now I can take away my 7/14 from 20/14. And that gives me 13 and 7 make 20, so 13/14, and 3 take 1 is 2. I hope you got that right. Otherwise, watch it again.